everyone, welcome back to more YOLO Warships. Today I'm going to be featuring a game I played in the IJN Amagi. The Amagi is one of my favorite ships in the entire game. One of my favorite battleships, and primarily I am a battleship player, but the Amagi stands
Action
out.
stations!
I do a lot of the tier 8 battleships. The North Carolina stands out to me as being pretty good. I enjoy the Bismarck. I have not bought a T8 Premium yet, but I am considering buying the Tirpitz just simply because it is so much like the Bismarck with those added torpedoes. As you can see, I have some leftover Halloween camouflage I've got on my Amagi for today's game. And really just using it for the extra free XP, as trying to get some free XP, get through these ships I really don't want to play that much of, for lack of a better word. And hopefully soon I'll be headed down the Russian line, and that free XP will help me there. So, doing what I typically do now. I want to be a little bit outside, yes, but at the same time, I still want to be in the action. That Edinburgh pops up. Long distance engagements like that, really your hit percentage isn't going to be that high, but there is a chance you hit something, you get a citadel, so I usually take the shots. Unless I'm in a ship with obscenely good concealment, which the Amagi is not. The Amagi's concealment is absolutely horrendous for tier 8 battleships. I believe the concealment expert in the Amagi, you can get it down to like 16-something kilometers. The Bismarck is like 12.5. And that's for a German battleship. So once again, we're going to take a shot at the Nuremberg. I really like using the spot for shots like that where cruisers are sailing at you, because I think you get a better...
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
That you need to take. And that one there, I was just a little bit off the stern. They took a huge hit there. I don't know who that was from. And this Nuremberg is just not very wise. I'm going to continue sailing in. And warning, the salvo is so bad. I completely missed it. I did get one penetration, but for the most part, yeah, I completely missed him. So at this point, I'm going to use this island cover, try to focus those guys in Area A there, and some people in Area C if they pop up.
Spotter returning to ship.
Taking some long-range fire, but the Amagi can take it in. Especially at short range, it can take big armor-piercing damage and still be pretty okay. So I'm kind of just hanging out, not all that concerned with what's going on around me. Kind of peek out from behind this island and see what I can do to some enemies here. I see that Carcilla starting to turn off, so speed up. And 10mm guns off the Amagi do huge damage if you hit. Oh my gosh. What the heck is that?
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
So I'm terrified right now. I think this Madigan is going to YOLO me and he's going to kill me. Now, so my first thought is I got to get my stern to him, because I have no chance to dodge those torpedoes. That Carcilla is broadside. Shots. They actually get a citadel on it. Huge amounts of damage.
Enemy severely damaged.
I get the back guns. Jump off the captain. These secondaries are opening up on it. The Amagi secondary is actually pretty good.
Our team is taking the lead.
Don't get me wrong. They're not even, in fact, they're probably not even as good as Gneisenau, but they're okay. At this point, my thought is that if I get behind the side, there's a chance those torps can't get me. He heads back to this smoke, he knows he's in trouble. He's almost dead, my secondaries have done good damage to him. And he goes and attempts to kill the shot.
sunk an
That
enemy
YOLOing
destroyer.
did a really, really poor job launching those torpedoes. He didn't even get close to me. It wasn't like I dodged them excessively good. He just did get close. So now I'm going to continue with my team to push. Normandy is sailing way outside here. He's out alone, essentially. And he's given a flat broadside, which I take a look at and elect not to shoot. Because I wonder if that Edinburgh right there is going to pop up, and I'm going to have a shot at him. So I decided to do here is turn my gun to that shot. Because I want to focus the enemy team at the center of the map.
All stations,
pretty good
proceed
shot.
to capture that area.
12,000 damage.
All forces, provide cover for that target.
That's armor piercing damage, so he really can't repair much of that. And it's time to push.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
That island. He is fleeing into the spawn. And for that reason, I feel like I'm kinda gonna leave him alone here. If he turns broadside, I'll obviously take the shot, because that would sink another enemy ship. So now I'm considering what to do. Is Massachusetts in that same cap? There's the broadside I talked about with the Edinburgh. And this was a horrible shot. If I had been out in front of that Edinburgh before, that would have been a really good shot. We're pushing into A. A is essentially going to be ours in a matter of seconds. That DD is undetected, and the battleship is more focused on me at this point, which is part of the reason why I started shooting at him here. Times like that, I'll often take targets that are shooting at me first. Turn back in towards that A-cap, angling just in case he decides to take an AP shot at me. And here we have the Walyoni sailing into his enemy deck. He knows I'm there. He isn't paying attention as he turns wide open broadside, and down he goes.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
So at this point, the only enemy ship that's really a threat to any of our caps is that Massachusetts, which is the second point thing. It is very rare in this game that you get a Massachusetts that gives you flat broadside. But I'll be darned, there it is. And there's good reason for that. That Massachusetts broadside earlier. You can take big damage in citadels. And to be quite frank, that Massachusetts was extremely lucky there. That should have done massive damage to him, but RNG just was not on my side. There's the Normandy and the Edinburgh. They're kind of hanging out back here. But at this point, for me, I'm just going to press the attack. Until my team can take care of the caps. There was another bad one stop from RNG, 2 overheads. The shot looked really good. And I mean, we're not home free on this game yet. I mean, we are pressing the enemy heavily, but there's still a chance they can come back and win this.
Support the allied target.
Until they lose that Massachusetts.
Our team has taken the lead.
Normandy again. Very wise. He's giving me flat broadsides most of the match. That's why I wait to fire the guns here, because I know he's going to turn that flat to me. And good shots. 10 minutes fired there. It's 10,000 salvo. The Amagi secondaries got a lot of them at long range when they hit the at 6 kilometers, they're going to have a hard time missing the Normandy. I'm going to miss the Normandy, so I'll take a shot at his stern here. And he's down to 5 damage. I've got a teammate right there. top, he's launched his torpedoes. I'll turn that and I take a shot at it. It does some damage, sure, but you know, people talk about overmatch mechanics a lot, how angling is completely race against high ships. Short range, that is the case, but you take a look
Spotter
there.
airborne.
That was a 7.5 kilometer shot on a ship that I overmatched, and I only did 5,000 damage. And a lot of that is just because it's a smaller target to hit, and any extra horizontal dispersion really hurts. It doesn't. There's a less chance that you're going to strike that ship. It's vertical dispersion that is broadsiding shots like that. Now earlier when I said the Edinburgh launched the torpedoes, it looks like he didn't. They did here, and I do a good job of taking one on the belt there. In the case where I know I'm going to have to take a torpedo somehow or another, I really want to take it on the belt rather than the bow or the stern, because there's a less chance of flooding, even though it sometimes still does depending on the torque. And here you're going to see a great example of that. As I turn, I take one right about where the torpedo belt bound me.
We're holed below the waterline.
And,
We're
that
flooding
Edinburgh
quickly.
comes back up to significantly lower health than when we last saw him. And finally, he's going broadside.
Problem
He has
solved,
no
sir.
other option. He's on the side of nowhere else to go. And finally, in the citadel.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
The Edinburgh. So, I'm guessing at this point we're getting close to the carrier. He's dropping down.
Water returning to ship.
There
The ship is on fire.
Front two guns left, just the limits really. I take the shot. And at this point, I'm trying to maneuver a bit, hoping the carrier doesn't really hit me. Somehow my shots missed. There's torpedoes from the Edinburgh from earlier. The gun's reloaded, he's taking damage. I start questioning at that point, wondering if I should shoot. He's moving and I just can't tell, but I was pretty confident he wasn't moving. And those shots look pretty good. Ooh.
Sunk
4
an
kills.
enemy aircraft carrier.
Big damage in